Good morning. We're doing 2B today, which we're going to talk about functions with the vertical line test and domain and range. So some problems you might have on your homework are they're going to give you a graph like this, and I am going to ask you what the domain is, what the range is, and if it is a function. So domain goes with x's, range goes with possible y answers, and a function means there's only going to be one y for every x. Okay, and we'll use the vertical line test to figure out if it's a function. Okay, so domain, possible x's. So if I look at this here, my graph goes all the way over to this spot right here, which is at -2, and it comes all the way over here, and this is at 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so my function is found in between -2 and 4. So -2 is my smallest possible answer, 4 is my largest one. Because I have a solid dot right here, that is going to be a bracket. Oops, I filled this in. That was an open dot right there. So if it's an open dot, it goes with this. So remember that if you have a less than or a greater than, that would be a parentheses or an open dot. If you have less than or equal to, greater than or equal to, it would be a bracket and a closed dot. But again, that one did start out as an open dot, and I filled it in by accident. Okay, so that our x's are found in between -2 and 4. So now let's take a look at our y's for the range. So here's my lowest spot. What I usually do is I scan up, and my lowest spot is going to be happening at 1, 2, 3, -3, and I keep going up, and my highest spot on the graph is happening at 3. So my y's, which are my range, are found between -3 and 3. Remember, smallest one first, biggest possible answer second. They both have a dot there, so we need to include those, and it'll look like that. So because this one was an open dot here for the domain, it gets really, really close to 4, but it will not touch 4. So something like 3.99999 is part of your answer, but the 4 is not. Okay, so let's take a look at this next one here. And when I look at this, I notice that I have arrows on that. That means it's going to go on and on forever in each direction. Okay, so if it has the open dot and the closed dot, it is stopping there, and this means it goes on. So my domain, well, if this is going on and on and on in that direction, and this is going on and on in that direction, my domain is going to be -infinity to infinity. And remember, we always use parentheses on the infinities. As I'm scanning from low to high here, nothing, nothing, nothing. Oh, it starts at 0, so 0. And since it's going on in that direction forever, it'll go up to positive infinity. So this one is included, and infinities always have the parentheses. Oh, I'm forgetting to do the function. Is this a function? So if I want to know if it's a function or not, whether for every x input I only get one y output, what I'm going to do is draw a vertical line. So if I draw a vertical line like this, it only hit once. It only hits once. Anywhere along there, if I go this way, it hits 0 times, and that's okay. If it hits more than once, it is not a function. So this one is a function. Let's take a look at this one down here. Draw my vertical line, hits once. Draw my vertical line, it hits once. Anywhere along there, it's only going to hit once. So yes, it is a function. Okay, let's take a look at this one. My domain here. Okay, so these are my possible x's, right? Here's my x, this is my y, and is it a function? So my domain. possible x's. All right, so as I'm looking at this, if I put in 2, I'll get a 2 back, you know. If I put in a 5, I'm going to get a 2 back. Whatever happens here, I can put in a value for x and I'll always get back 2 for my y. But I am able to put in that value for x. So in this case, my domain, or possible x values, are going to go from negative infinity to positive infinity. And again, parentheses on those. My range, okay, so my range as I'm scanning up is only 2. Okay, so in this case, I'm going to say y equals 2, and that's it. Okay, is this a function? I draw my vertical line, only hits once, only hits once, only hits once. So yes, this is a function. Okay, let's take a look at another one here. Okay, so here my domain, possible x values, 1, 2, 3. Okay, so that's that 3. Well, my x is only 3, so I'm going to say x equals 3. My range in this case, as I'm scanning up, I notice that arrow, so it's including everything down to negative infinity. That arrow says it's including all the way up to positive infinity, and parentheses go with those. Is it a function? Okay, so if I do my vertical line test and I do it right there, it is touching in more than one place. It's touching all over the place. So this is not a function. It is a relation. All right, so if it touches in more than one place, it is a relation. Now I've had some people, you know, if I had a circle here like this, and they're going, okay, well, what if I drew my line right along the edge here and it hits in just one place? So I got a tangent. That's what you call a tangent line to the circle here. And they'll go, well, isn't that a function? No, it's anywhere along here. So if I drew it right here, it's going to hit twice. Okay, so this is a relation. All right, next one here. I want to know what my domain is. So possible x values. Well, I got this arrow here, so that's going all the way down to negative infinity. And then I have this dot is a closed dot, but that one's an open dot. So it goes, this one goes to 2 and this one starts up at 2. So we're good there. And that goes on to infinity. So we'll have this going on right there. My range in this case, I'm going to say y equals -1 and y equals 1, 2, 3, 4. Right there. Okay, so is this a function? Let's draw our lines. Only hits once, only hits once, and right here it only hits once. So yes, this is a function. Now if I had something that looked like this, where I had a solid dot here and a solid dot here, and it was looking like that, and I wanted to know if that was a function. If I drew my line right here, hitting once, hitting twice. So no, this would not be a function. That would be a relation. All right, that's it for 2B.